Today, we wanted to show you how to make a homestyle classic from the north of China, San Xian. Now, San Xian, literally translated, means three fresh things from the earth, and refers to this specific combination of potato, eggplant, and peppers. While almost every single home cook has their own particular way of going about it, generally those are either pan-fried or deep-fried, and tossed together with a garlicky sauce. So to get started with your potato, pepper, and eggplant stir-fry, you'll need potatoes, peppers, and eggplants. This is 500 grams of potatoes, and any starchy variety would do the trick, either mild chilies or bell peppers, and I like mild chilies, and 250 grams of eggplant. Now, when buying eggplant, know that the standard southern Chinese eggplant has this tendency to shrivel up like a salted slug when stir-fried. You want something firmer here. You could use one of these round varieties. We went with this kind of northern Chinese ovular eggplant, and abroad, I believe an Italian eggplant would likely be your best bet. But let's get started prepping the potato. First peel them, and we'll cut those into chunks. Now know that the only award I'll ever win for knife skills is for participation, but this seemed to be as good of a time as any to teach you the Chinese rolling cut. To do it, keep the knife straight at a roughly 45-degree bias, then slice down. Now twist it 90 degrees so that the wedge we cut's facing the bottom, and slice with the same 45-degree bias. Then just twist and work around the potato to get roughly 3-inch by 1.5-inch pieces. This is a quick way to get relatively even wedges, but especially with something wider like potato, a couple pieces might end up a touch larger, so feel free to adjust according to your own judgment. Now toss those in a big bowl and move over to the sink. Now, as anyone that's ever made a failed batch of French fries could tell you, the starch on the surface of potatoes loves to scorch before everything's fully cooked, so we gotta get that off. Give those a thorough rinse for about 3 to 5 minutes, then let those soak until you're ready to fry, but for at least 20 minutes. Next up, the chilies. Now again, I personally prefer mild chilies here, but bell pepper is equally classic. Either way, you'll want to deseed them, optionally slice out the ribs, and cut on a bias into about 1.5-inch diamonds. And finally, the eggplant. You want to save this for last because eggplant loves to oxidize. The particular variety of eggplant we used is best peeled, but no need if you've got something with thinner skin. Now to slice, same deal as the potatoes, rolling cut, similar size as your wedges from before. Then, toss those in a bowl, and unless you're cooking your eggplant immediately, it's a nice idea to mix it with a splash of white vinegar, which will slow down that oxidation and help keep color. And now, to fry. So San Xian at its core should really be an easy, homey kind of dish, and I know that for a lot of folks, deep frying is anything but. So really, know that plenty of people just stop right here, pan frying with about 1/2 cup of oil. So if you can't be hassled to deep fry, just do that. But deep frying cooks things more evenly, so that's the direction that we went. But either way, get your oil up to 120 Celsius, swap the flame to medium-high, and settle in. I know that 120 will feel pretty low, but we've got to let the potatoes soften and cook through completely. Now, if you're pan frying instead, simply do this over a medium-low flame, flip often, and keep it covered. But here, once those potatoes are slightly blistered and cooked through, after about 12 minutes, swap the flame to high. The temperature will creep up, and you can take them out once they're brown to your liking. I like pulling them out once the oil's back to about 180, or about 2 minutes on our stove. Then, strain out any excess oil, and toss on a paper towel-lined plate. Next up, the eggplant. Eggplant craves to be fried at high heat, and it'll imbibe massive quantities of oil unless you'll oblige. So heat your oil up until you start to see little wisps of smoke, about 200 Celsius, then drop in the eggplant. Quickly fry it, even just 20 seconds should be long enough. Then take it out, strain out any excess oil, and transfer over to a paper towel-lined plate. Lastly, the peppers. Oil up at around 185, drop them in, give it a quick stir, and then take them out. And with that, our main ingredients are all prepped. So besides those, we'll be frying this today with some aromatics. This was 3 minced cloves of garlic, 1 inch of minced ginger, and about 2 inches of minced leek. In addition, we'll also be adding a separate clove of minced garlic near the end of the stir fry. This is a northern technique called to wei suan, which will give the dish an extra little oomph of garlic. So as always, first, lang yao. Get that wok piping hot, shut off the heat, add in the oil, here about a tablespoon, and give it a swirl to get a nice nonstick surface. Heat on medium-high now. Immediately go in with the aromatics. 30-second fry, then pour a tablespoon liaojiu, aka Shaoxing wine, over your spatula and around the sides of the wok. Brief mix, then do the same with a similar tablespoon of light soy sauce. Super quick mix, then add in 3/4 of a cup of water. Let that come up to a simmer, then season with a half teaspoon dark soy sauce, though you could use light in a pinch, a half teaspoon salt, a half teaspoon sugar, and an eighth teaspoon MSG or bouillon powder, your choice. Once those are dissolved, about 15 seconds, go in with the potatoes and give it a quick mix. Then add in the eggplant, the peppers, and the extra garlic, super brief stir, then drizzle in a slurry of a tablespoon cornstarch mixed with a tablespoon of water. Then once that's nice and thickened, heat off and out. San Xian, done.
So this is a very home cooking dish. People have a million ways of approaching it. Some people would skip the garlic at the end, and some people would finish it with a little bit of vinegar. Some would pre-boil the potatoes before they deep frying it, and some people would just stir fry everything together and then drizzle a pre-made sauce into it. So feel free to play around with it and then find your own favorite way. So we'll be off next week. Chris is going back to the States for a little bit, and we'll be back the week after with 蒜泥白肉. So right, check out the other link in the description box for detailed recipe. A big thank you for everyone that's supporting us on Patreon, and of course, subscribe for more Chinese cooking videos.